live stream starting Monday, October 31st. You can listen and watch some of your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts live. Lights, camera, action.
Get out of here!
All you have to do is go to our website at kbla1580.com, download our app, and you'll be ready to watch us live come Monday, October 31st.
Come on!
The only thing better than being able to hear us is being able to hear us and see us live.
Hello!
Lights, camera, action. KBLA Talk 1580 starts live streaming daily, Monday, October 31st. See you soon.
Okay, that's right.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Do something different the next 90 days than you did the last 90 days. Like picking up the books to read. Do something different like the new health disciplines. Relationship with your family, whatever it is, doesn't matter how small it is. If you don't start doing different things with the same circumstances, since we cannot change the circumstances, but we can change ourselves. We can change what we do. And then he gave me another secret to success when he said, what you have at the moment, Mr. Rohn, you've attracted by the person you've become. What you have at the moment, you've attracted by the person you've become. Few little simple principles here. Once you understand these, it starts to explain so much. Now, sometimes it's a little tough to take, blaming yourself instead of the marketplace. Taking responsibility instead of putting it off on someone else. That transition sometimes is a challenging mission. And this one was a little tough for me. Shelf said, here's the secret, Mr. Rohn. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. He said, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. If you would have known me at age 25, you would have said, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. If you'd have known me, you'd have said that. I'm the guy, I don't mind coming a little bit early, staying a little bit late, I don't mind that. You'd have said, well, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You say, well, how come he's got pennies in his pocket and nothing in the bank and behind on his promises? Well, I was a hard worker, but I was working hard on my job, not on myself. I'm telling you, if you'll learn that simple little principle and start the process today, latest tomorrow, give you tonight to think it over. And start this whole process of personal development, work on yourself, make yourself more valuable.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned to the scene of the crime. The VOR is on fire tonight already. That was the legendary John Rohn. Motivational speaker, you already know what it is. Jim Rohn's, excuse me. You know who he is, legendary. But you know I like to invert things to fit relationships. The same principle that he outlined. If you work harder on yourself than you do on your job, right, you can make a fortune. If you work hard at your job, right, you can make your boss a fortune. And, you know, you can make a living. The same principle works in relationships. If you work harder on yourself, you've got less to blame your partner for. You've got less to condemn your partner for. Listen, you ended up in the wrong relationship because you wasn't the right person at the moment. Not the person you were dating. You weren't the right person. You weren't who you thought you were. You were in pursuit of what you thought you deserved, but what you hadn't worked for. If you work harder on yourself than you complain about your partner, I think your relationship might, achieve a certain level of peace. Tonight's topic, self-mentorship. You're always the common denominator. Oh, I'm not going to let you off the hook tonight. 1-800-920-1580. I'm going to teach you how to coach yourself. When we come forward, the phone lines are open. Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening here.
Yeah. Hey, where my people at? Where y'all at?
Representation, transparency, and accountability.
I need y'all to show up. Let's get those likes up. We only got 27 likes.
Determination, encouraged to promote.
We need to like it. We need to share it. We need to let the world know that we're here, that we're live.
Public safety and the houseless.
Andy, can they hear me? No, okay, cool. We need to show the world that we're live.
Driven by faith, a dedicated wife and mother, and the love of my community. As a mayor candidate, I'm a candidate for the people. Vote for me, Raina Carrillo, for mayor of Inglewood. Invest in the future of Inglewood. Raina Carrillo for mayor, paid by Raina Carrillo.
Come on. There's no need to procrastinate. There's no need to act like you don't know what to do. Like it, share it, comment. 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 Let's get to the phone lines, people. 1-800-920-1580.
Right now, during their fall sales event, Zero Down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. Zero Down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com. Live in a minute.
1 minute.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers.
Come on, y'all, let's get it.
Throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 30
Thank you, fam.
years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website.
Let's get active.
News.com.
Let's get active.
Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN
1-800-920-1580. What up? Fred Dorsey, what up? T. Jenks, what up? Holly Parker, what up?
You want some more? More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We have come full circle after coming forward. If this is your first time tuning in to the Voice of Reason, please understand that my playlist is my co-host. And every now and then, I like to introduce you to the inside sounds of my car. When I'm driving up PCH, I like to introduce new artists. My playlist is my co-host because oftentimes it sets the tone for the vibe of the show. If you're listening to this record right now, it's called Vintage Chill Vibes by Jan Hunter Jr. Very cold track. And I think it fits the space of mindfulness that I want to enter into tonight. Self-mentorship, self-coaching. Doesn't mean you don't take insight or inspiration or instruction from other people. It doesn't mean that. See, a great coach is a pointer. I can point in a direction. I can be pointed in a direction. But the real coaching comes in the execution. How do you prep yourself to execute what you've been shown? Do you hold yourself responsible when you do not take the instruction from the outside or the inside? We want to learn how to be a self-coach. You're always the common denominator. There's nobody to blame. There's only you. It's only your job to claim. Claim your experience. Claim your contribution to your unhappy experience. Why is it that everybody is looking for an scapegoat? If you would have did this, it would have been better for me. And then some people think they're being less selfish. If you would have did this, it would have been better for us. Here we go. A deeper look, okay, at how you can be the best teacher / coach you've ever had. Our chief want in life is somebody who will make us do what we can. Internally motivated versus externally motivated. That was a Ralph Waldo Emerson. Are you internally motivated or externally motivated? Either way, you got to get it done. You're born here alone and you're going to die alone. You're going to make all types of acquaintances. You're going to create little versions of yourself. But if you are not in constant contact with the truth of you, if you are not your most preferred mentor, what are you? 1-800-920-1580. I want to know, what is self-coaching? Right? What is currently impossible for you to do that, if it were possible, would change everything in your life? Do you have a belief that says, I can't do this? I can't make this happen. I don't have the resources. I don't have the support. I just don't think, I don't have the confidence. Let me ask you that question again. What is currently impossible for you to do that, if it were possible, would change everything? What does it mean to be your own mentor? Agree or disagree? Your relationship with yourself is more important than the one you share with your significant others. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I want to talk to you tonight. You know this is a caller-driven show, and it's a non-judgmental space. I allow people to speak their truth. Let me ask you another question. What are you avoiding? So many people, I've been all over the city now. I know the show is on fire in the city of Los Angeles. I know it's on fire. And people say, you know what, Zoe? I just don't want to be embarrassed when I call. That's why I haven't called yet. I don't want to get clowned. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to open up. What are you avoiding in life? If you will avoid a phone call, an anonymous phone call to a radio personality, what else are you avoiding? 1-800-920-1580. Agree or disagree? In order to effectively self-coach, you must commit at least 15 minutes of alone time with no distractions. Hashtag turn your whole life off. 1-800-920-1580. You need 15 minutes daily. No distractions. Put the phone down, turn the TV off, turn your favorite music off, turn it all off. Turn it off and sit down. Can you sit down without judging yourself? Can you sit down without condemning yourself? I just need to know. We're going to walk through the process. Here's another question. What fuels or what fears fuel your resistance to change? Do you know the difference between change and transformation? I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but I only got a little bit of time. And so do you. You think you have time to get back to you. Get back to the business of you. Get back to the work of coaching you. So many people talk about making the relationship work, but so little work is done on self. You cannot work on a relationship and make it work to your liking if you don't do any self-work. The majority of the work is internal. When was the last time you noticed that your thoughts, words, deeds, and intentions were out of alignment with who you say you are, with what you define as your truth? 1-800-920-1580. Call me right now. Huh? In what areas of your life have you stopped learning? I know people don't ask these. I know you're not asking these questions. In what areas of your life have you noticed, wow, I've really haven't learned anything in this area of my life since 86, 2013, 08. 1-800-920-1580. Call me right now. Fred from Los Angeles, California. Get in here. I need to speak to you. What is the word?
Yeah, the word is that we're the masters of our own reality.
I like it.
Okay? An example is, if you are thinking that, hey, I want to be in a cold climate, I want to see snow, I want to see pine trees, then you do the things to prepare yourself to travel to where that reality coexists in your mental thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you say, okay, I want to be a businessman, you go ahead and you do that. Now, how do you gauge yourself as a business? You want to be like a big wig, or you want to be someone who survives, or someone who thrives and grows and networks? But you have to put forth the energy in order to bend and shape your reality.
Mm-hmm.
If energy basically supersedes anything in a status form. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When the sunshine on the earth, it alters the earth because of that energy that's been expended toward it. Okay? And then with that energy being expended, other things thrive, other things come into existence. Because of that, the aurora borealis doesn't exist without sunlight, right?
Right.
So that means that energy does have an influence on people, things, situations, and time.
Mm-hmm. I could smoke a bag of that if I smoked. I appreciate that insight, good brother Fred. You know you can call in anytime. We got the phone lines cracking. I appreciate the insight, and he's right. He's right. There's different components that interact with each other, that need each other in order for us to grow up and, well, I like to say glow up. Fred, what's your final thought right now?
My final thought right now is that we all are gods. We're all living gods. We have that God gene in us. All we have to do is dig in deep and ignite it and go ahead and bring it out. Like you say, shine, right? Well, it's in us.
I like it.
We sit up and soak all that sunshine, and then we store it up, and then we're supposed to go ahead and expel it. We're supposed to shine, and then store it up again, like our living battery.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call, Fred from Los Angeles. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Call me right now, 1-800-920-1580. We got Richie Rich from my city, Pasadena. Dina Love in the building. What's happening?
What's up, bro? Hit the bell on it.
You breaking up a little bit, brother. You just a little bit. Talk to me now.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I got to get a new phone. Like, I'm on the Joy, man. I'm on the Joy, you know what I mean?
All right. Let's talk.
But so me, got a new little gig. I'm working the night shifts. You know what I'm saying? Good bread, you feel me? What I always fall back on, though, it's like, so for example, one of my coworkers wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing or whatever. It's nothing personal. We on the job, you know what I'm saying? But me, I'm getting all fired up, and I'm like, man, on a break, I'm probably going to get down with this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always want to resort back to the lower level thinking of the physicality, and I don't know why. Like, it's not even that time. People be like, dang, bro, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, I got to get over that anger and just wanting to reprimand people physically. You know
Let's stop and look at it real quick. Did you actually do it?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't do it, though.
So guess what, Rich? You got to pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself for not crossing the line. It takes a certain level of strength. Hell, I done crossed the line before on TV. I done did it. You stronger than me, Rich. You need to be over here teaching me, Rich, because you didn't do it.
Man, we teach each other. We sharpen each other.
I'm just saying, brother, you might be stronger in that area than I am. Do you see what I'm saying? So you don't want to marginalize where you are strong at. You feel me?
Right.
You strong right there because you haven't crossed the line. Now, when you cross the line, you and I could do we could do like a little support group where brothers who cross the line. But you haven't crossed the line, and that's something to be applauded for, brother. So maybe this self-coaching thing is stop putting yourself down. When in actuality, you've triumphed in a certain space. Maybe that might be the direction you take.
That's real. That's real.
Come on, man. I ain't got nothing but love for you, brother. And don't do nothing at work, man. Don't jeopardize your job, your situation, your livelihood. You're doing the right thing as long as you don't cross the line. Richie Rich, Pasadena, love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. The phone lines are cracking. Do we have time to take more? Great. Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here. We're all over the nation right now. Let's go, Sean.
Hey, brother, Richie Rich, yes, great advice. And by the way, that's called passion and being, very, keyed in, but not reacting to that. He inhibited his behavior. That shows a lot about his self-discipline and his thoughtfulness and his intelligence, by the way. That's just my 2 cents, but because I feel when I hear these things, there's been many a times when I want to react. But what I'm saying is, I'm different, and I'm very proud of that. Ever since I was little, I read lots of books, couldn't stand school, whatever. I want every kid to go to school, embrace it, and get good grades and do all that, right? But I was always different. So you had people that either really liked you a lot or hated you. That's kind of just how I grew up. But I'll tell you what, as I'm old as I am now, a lot of those people that didn't like me when I was younger and all that, didn't understand me, whatever you want to call it, they're like, damn, that cat kind of knew what he was doing. He kind of had his own thing going on. Because look, he's done all right. And you know why I did all right? Because I was always trying to fire myself up. Always trying to fire myself up to have a good day. Always trying to fire myself up to do better on the baseball field, basketball, football. And then when I was done playing all those things, which we can't play those games forever, people, you know, I kept trying to pass it on in another way. My parenting, being a husband, being a friend of my friends, you know, checking on people, being that guy that calls people, say, how you doing, brother? You know, I'm doing all right, but if you're not doing all right, it's all right. You don't have to answer my phone call, whatever. I just want to let you know, people, be that person who you know you are inside. Keep working on it. Keep being stronger, because you know what? We're all, you know, very unique in this world, and we all help people when they look at us and realize, hey, these people are doing their own thing in their own way, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for the insight. Sean from Oakland, California. Another one into McCovey Cove. We appreciate the call. You already know, seat at the table. Call in anytime. 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to the VOR live on KBLA Talk 1580. Tonight's topic, self-mentorship. You're always the common denominator. Listen, it's okay to let yourself down. It's all right. It's okay to make bad choices. It's okay. Be open to the experience and be open to learning from the experience. But so many of us don't want to look bad to ourselves or to anybody else that we try to cover those mistakes. That is poor coaching. Do you understand? Poor self-coaching. Don't cover your mistakes. Own them. But you so busy trying to, listen, have you ever pointed out somebody's mistakes and they say, yeah, everybody do that? Listen, this ain't about commiserating with a group of people that do the same thing. This is about you and what you do and what you did and what you're responsible for. Yeah, but everybody, you know, everybody go through that every now. You looking for comfort. Misery loves comfort and misery loves company. No, I want you to sit with your misery and I want you to be able to sit there without judging it. Can you do it? When we come forward, I'm going to Indianapolis. You already know Rohn is in the building. When we come forward, the VOR is live on KBLA. Hey, call in. Call in. Hey, Dwight Dorsey, call in. Everybody needs a coach. Come on, Twos and Fuse, where we at? We 30 minutes in and we got $0. Come on, y'all. Hit that super chat. Hit that super chat, y'all. Don't do us like that. We 30 minutes in. Come on, man. We dropping fire right now. We need callers.
The San Francisco District Attorney's Office announced the charges today.
We need callers. Call us right now. 1-800-920-1580. Call from all over the country. Y'all know how we do. There you go. The support goal is 125. Can we get there? We 30 minutes behind. Usually we start off quick. Can we get there? Oh, Rhett. There we go. Ronan, thank you, brother. If I call, can I get... Hey, do me a favor, Rhett. Because you know that goddamn TGT album review is not on my list of priorities. But do this for me, Rhett. You got my number, man. Call me in the morning. And I will listen to every track. Call after 10. Don't call early in the... Chitlin Pimp! Now we cooking. Now we cooking. Now we are cooking. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling. Thank you, Chitlin Pimp. Thank you, Book of Ronan. Chitlin Pimp. Come on, y'all. Support with those brothers. Don't let them do it by himself. Hey, Rhett, call me tomorrow. 10 a.m.
Watch us live come Monday, October 31st. The only thing better than being able to hear us is being able to hear us and see us live.
And I'll put that on the Sonos, and I'll just.
1580 starts live streaming daily, Monday, October 31st.
And boy, if it's trash.
If you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorney.
Phone lines, get to them. We got callers calling in. Y'all come in. Don't let me do this by myself. After 10 a.m., I'm ready.
Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833.
Hey, my playlist is so chill right now, Jade.
Haven't voted yet? Save time and avoid the election day line.
Stop beating up on yourself. We're not gonna do that.
.gov to find a vote center in your neighborhood and stop by before Tuesday, November 8th.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org.
Phone lines, let's go. I see y'all. Let's go all over the nation. Phone lines all over the nation. Let's go.
Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens Find RX coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the
Let's
phone,
go. Let's talk together.
Made Medicare shopping
Hey, don't
so
let
easy.
two men, these two brothers, shoulder all the responsibility. They got us at $69.99. We got started 30 minutes late. Can y'all jump in? Everybody jump in and super chat $5. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Reminding you, when we fight, we win. Central CSO organizes.
Rhett, that ain't no goddamn super group. Happy birthday, hey, happy Halloween. Let me say, when I was a little kid, I don't fuck with no Halloween, holidays now. But when I was a little kid, Halloween was my absolute favorite holiday. My favorite holiday. I loved it. I loved it. Loved every bit of it. Free candy, dressing up. It's fire. It's the best.
New ZQuil Pure Z's Restorative Herbal Sleep is made for.
But as I got older, man,
being tired.
you stop eating candy and all that shit, you
I've never
know.
woken up like this before. A melatonin-free sleep aid made with a botanical blend that contains clinically studied and effective.
Hey, I'm talking to the folks over here.
Shown to help promote better restorative sleep. ZQuil Pure Z's Restorative Herbal Sleep. Sleep this good, feel this good. Available at retailers near you.
For generations, our families have worked hard to accomplish the dream of owning a home. Not just
Rob B, Twos and Fuse, activate. Twos and Fuse, activate. Form of a landslide of support from your people. Twos and Fuse crew, activate.
It's your turn now. And Rocket Mortgage is here to help open the doors to home ownership. Rocket is an expert when it comes to buying a home, and we have the tools to help you get there. In this competitive market, a verified approval can give you an edge with sellers. You stand out because your finances have been approved, so they'll know you're a serious buyer. So, when it's time to buy that house and make it your dream home, Rocket can. Let us help you get started. Call 888-900-0409 today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Let's go. Let's go. Call in.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Phil Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned. Let that ride. Tonight's topic, self-mentorship. You're always the common denominator. It's time for us to work on ourselves. It's time for us to stop blaming everyone and everything and every situation around us. I selected the tracks tonight because I wanted the tracks to induce a mindfulness state. Because this topic tonight is about reflection, self-reflection. The name of the track is called Cosmic Dust by Saib and Odyssey. I just wanted to set the tone. Just let it ride for a second, just for a second. When was the last time that you noticed your thoughts, words, deeds, and intentions were out of alignment with what you define as your truth? And did you do what most people do? Indirectly, covertly blame somebody else for your own misalignment. Let me ask you another question. What are you tolerating right now? See, if you're in a relationship and you tolerating something you don't like, while at the same time keeping score on what you do for somebody, keeping a tally on what you're doing, comparing what you're doing to what they're doing for you. Do you see how you've created an environment that is toxic from the inside out? You are responsible for that if you're doing that. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. People from all over the country are calling in. Let's get Ronan from Indianapolis in the building. Ronan, talk to me about this, man.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yes, sir. You already see what it is, brother. You know how I get down. Let's talk.
Yeah, speaking on this topic, I remember being emotionally irresponsible.
Ooh, keep going. Keep going.
There was always putting the blame on everybody else except the person that was looking back in the mirror. That's what led to codependency. That led to a whole heap of irresponsible decisions, choices. And it got to a point where you had to basically go on a sabbatical and relearn yourself. And in that time, I wasn't used to compliments. So now I'm learning how to treat myself. Instead of being a senseless giver, I'm being more sensible. And when you're selfish, that's when you start putting a tally on things, where you hold receipts on your needs, which means you're not genuine. But being sensible, you start giving others as just about as much as you give yourself.
Wow. So how do you coach yourself? Like, and again, this is not to besmirch or belittle or denigrate receiving coaching or going to a life coach or getting a therapist. This isn't to marginalize any of that. This isn't to minimize that. But how do you learn how to coach yourself? Like, when do you say to yourself, enough's enough? I'm about to stand up for me, and I'm going to start executing for me. I'm going to start planning for me. I'm going to start being mindful for me. Go in, brother. You tell me.
The first thing is, I started teaching my inner judge to be more lenient. Most times I would sit there and crucify myself. Like, if someone would see something negative, I've seen it 1,000 times and judged myself 1,000 times worse. So now I'll get off time to myself, and then when it came to anger management, I learned to refine it by going to the gym. We're having a personal trainer where they'll talk about things, get things off your chest, and then you use that anger righteously. That way you're able to not just sculpt yourself, but to protect yourself, because one wrong move can end everything. So.
Man, I love it, brother, because listen, I know people think that this is not important, but when you're able to speak words into the universe, to affect people that you don't even know, please understand, man, don't ever marginalize the power of the words you speak, especially when they're powerful. Now, if you could get on the radio and speak some powerful words and it affects people all within the, the listening range of this radio program, imagine the power of the words that you speak to yourself internally. And like you said, you shut down your inner critic. Give me 2 steps for somebody that's listening right now that might be inspired. How did you do it? Give me the first step, and then the second one after that, and the rest they can figure out.
Number one, I started changing my language. Instead of what I can't do, telling like, what do I need to do to achieve this? Or to move this way, or to see the better version of myself in this direction. The other part is not always not everything isn't always an offense. It's an opportunity to grow and learn.
Ooh, not everything is an offense. Well, let's dig deeper. I'm about to hit you with a hard one now. I need you to process this one for me, because I know you capable of this. We've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Is an offense a veiled opportunity?
Yes.
Ooh, talk to me, man. Talk to me. How is an offense a veiled opportunity? An infraction against you. How is that an opportunity? Speak on it.
With my personal trainer said I went from 230 pounds to 218, I immediately started seeing my ego taking over. But he let me know, it's like, look, don't see this as the apex. It's just a summit. You take a breather, and you keep pushing. Even if you're not seeing the results, especially with the diet. And I was really tough on the diet, but then when I apply myself and I'm sticking to it, I'm starting to see the results. How I feel when I'm not in the gym. Or now that I'm able to get things right as far as with the gym, I'm getting back into my graphic design, which I haven't done in about 10 years. And that was due to a lot of me feeling like I was being cheated. But most times I was fearful of having it again and losing it again.
So what's interesting is he said, this is not the summit. This is a plateau.
Yeah.
And just because you're at a plateau, it doesn't mean you're stuck. It just means this is where you are in the process of who you are.
Yeah, keep climbing.
So you could sit down, have a sip of tea, some spirit tea. You can have you can sit down and take a little bit of a respite, and then you get back into the work of self, and then you start making your way towards the summit. You need to hang with me, Ronan, because we're cooking with the rarest kind of grease. Ronan from Indianapolis is in the building, but Al from Austin, Texas is up next. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is hit me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on fire.
More voice of reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
The youngest person to witness George Floyd's murder releases a children's book. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. Mid-October, 11-year-old Judea Reynolds celebrated what would have been George Floyd's 49th birthday with the release of a children's book called A Walk to the Store. Reynolds shares her perspective about the traumatic day when she watched George Floyd get murdered. She was only 9 years old. The incident caused the child to experience consistent crying and bad dreams at night. She also spoke on the witness stand during the trial. She wanted to encourage triumph in trauma.
What up, people? We got a lot of people in here. Can we get a lot of support? Ronan is cooking. I need those phones to light up.
I'm Maisha Cairo, and we are unapologetically progressive.
Call your brother Zoe Williams. 1-800-920-1580. Call me right now. Let's talk about it. Are you guys enjoying the playlist?
Neighborhoods from crime and illegal guns. And as the first woman ever elected LA City Attorney, Heidi will stand up for reproductive rights.
That's why Heidi is the only candidate endorsed by the LA Democratic Party, Planned Parenthood, the LA Sentinel, and the LA Times. Vote Heidi Feldstein Soto for LA City Attorney. Paid for by Heidi Feldstein Soto for City Attorney 2022 General. Info available at ethics.lacity.org.
Say his name. 12-year-old Ohio youth Tamir Rice was gunned down at a public park while playing with a toy gun. A mere 12 seconds after police arrived on the scene in 2014. No one was ever prosecuted. Justice for Tamir.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Tamir Rice.
I appreciate you.
25th, he'd be able to cast the ballot for only the second time in the national election this November. Say his name, Tamir Rice. Tamir can't vote on November 8th. His voice was silenced long before he was ever able to vote. Do you think those who denied him justice will vote? Say his name, Tamir Rice, and vote on or by November 8th. What's your excuse?
Paid for by the African American Voter Registration, Education, and Participation Project.
Wake up and
11:30.
text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them
Live in
complain that
30.
you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, your brother Zoe Williams has come full circle after coming forward. Is my playlist setting the tone for you right now? My playlist is my co-host. I'm going to tell you the name of the track. It's called Winding Road by Freddie Jokum, featuring Elijah Fox. The Voice of Reason is on fire tonight. Tonight's topic is about how to coach oneself. I have my brother from Indianapolis on the line. Let me get him in here real quick. Ronan.
Yes, sir.
Man, I need you to hit me with 30 seconds of pure inspiration and motivation on how one should approach self-coaching.
Knowing that my father passed at the age of 38, they taught me a powerful lesson that I am still the author of the book of life that I'm living.
Ooh, go ahead.
So you're going to have some edits, some rewrites, some characters are going to be seasonal or long-term, but you still got to be the main character, not the background character. And deal with those ups and downs, but people are going to read your story. Make it as interesting as you can possible. Live full and die empty.
Come on, brother. I love it, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for bringing Indianapolis into the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you already know what you got to do. Hit those digits, 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. Do I have time for one more? I do. Let's get my brother Al from Austin, Texas. From Indianapolis to Austin, Texas. Speak on it.
Hey, what's up, Zoe? I appreciate your program, man. I wanted to touch on what Ronan said, really the second half of it. When you're dealing with people that are negative, when you're dealing with people that are problematic, it's very easy to cut them off if you treat them like they're just anybody on the street. But my issue is when those people are in your circle and you love them and they're your family, it's very tough to cut them off like they're just anybody.
So
because they aren't just anybody.
So let me give you a hack. Here's a hack. You're not cutting people off. You know what you're really cutting off?
Tell me the answer, man.
You're cutting off your expectations of them. We try to keep the expectation, but cut the person. Listen, man, you cut the expectation. You cut the belief that they're going to be anything different than who and what they are. If your expectations for a person is not in an alignment with the truth of who they are, you're deluding yourself.
That makes sense.
That's the brother. We do this all the time. This is why relationships end. Oh, yeah. Listen, I have an idea of who I think you should be, but that is not in alignment with who I am. Well, you acted like it was for a certain amount of time. Well, then I got tired of acting. Why don't you pat me on the back for finally telling the truth? 1-800-920-1580. Hey, Al from Texas, man. Cut off those expectations, brother. Change the way you see them. Change your perspective. Don't try to change them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, it does. And that connects the dots, man. A lot of times we just hear a lot of subjects, but you don't know how to get there. That helps me get there.
Thank you, brother. No, I appreciate you. Austin, Texas is in the building because of you. We appreciate the phone call. Listen, I got to come forward one more time, but when I return, I'm going back to San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are on fire tonight. Are you going to call in? 1-800-920-1580. See you soon. Yeah.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's cal-cruise-news.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the home.
Ladies and gentlemen, our goal is 125. We're at $89.98. We're basically at $90. And I want to thank everybody that has shared. I want to thank everybody that's supporting. Please continue to support. 60 seconds. Please continue to support. Please share the video. Let people know that we're online and we're killing right now. Are you enjoying the topic tonight? Self-mentorship. I'm going to show you how to do it in hour number 2.
And the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice where divisiveness
Chitlin Pimp, Rohn, Rob B, Nzinga, Don Williams. Who's next to hit the little $sign at the bottom of the super chat? It's 83 people in here getting priceless life info. Is it worth $5? If 86 people drop $5, barring the people who have already done it, so let's say 75 people drop $5, that would be impactful. the voice of reason. I want y'all to let that ride for a second. The name of this track is called Drops by Coco Bona. And I guess that's Glimlip. Listen, let's get into this vibe tonight. Let me give you some tips. Rhett from San Francisco. We got Rhett from San Francisco. We got Fred from the Valley. I'm going to get y'all at the top of the hour. Just stay with me. Let me give y'all some tips on how to coach yourself. Number one, identify your desired outcome. Okay? What do you want to do? Now, this is a trick question. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? I always tell people you can never become something you aren't already. It's about developing into your purpose and what you're supposed to be. It's already set. The universe is fine-tuned, and so is your purpose, right? You can never become something you aren't already. So define or identify your desired outcome. Figure out what's important to you right now and figure out why it's important. Don't let a wound be the author of what you think is important. I don't, somebody better, don't let an unhealed wound become the author of a belief or a standard that you think is important. You want to become an effective self-coach? Cultivate some self-awareness. And with self-awareness comes non-judgment. You cannot judge yourself when you become aware of your whole self. No judgment, no criticism, just self-empathy, what you pour into what you discover, right? When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to keep cooking this most amazing topic, because you can get all the coaching in the world, but if you don't act on it, it don't matter. At some point, coaching has to be on autopilot from the inside out. When we come forward, we're going to talk more.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica. I like Island, and here's the latest from
Man,
Information Network.
I appreciate y'all for showing up.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband is being charged with
I appreciate y'all for showing up. Hitting the super chat. I appreciate it. Nzinga hit it twice. Xylon Farrell, I'm always support. Thank you, brother. Dan Holland, Destiny McKay, and Don Williams and the rest of the gang. Listen, it's too many of us in here getting this info. We all should support. I keep trying to tell people to go get my book. My book covers a lot of this. TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Moderators and cousins. Moderators and cousins. Can I get my moderators and cousins in here? Every moderator and every cousin. Can you guys, thank you, David Luz. Listen, can you guys post the holographic relationship book? Not the holographic relationship, the Shrouded Lighthouse book. Everybody in here should have a copy of the Shrouded Lighthouse. Please go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. Do it for me right now. Do it for me right now.
By the public opinion research and public policy consulting firm Eviteris. KBLA Talk 1580 was found to be the most trusted, credible, and reliable source on the airways for Black Los Angeles and beyond. Check it out. We take our role seriously as your trusted messenger. At KBLA Talk 1580, it's about truth, not ratings. And when you hear us say, when we come forward, we mean it. We mean it. That's the bottom line. We're not going back. Not to the back of the bus. Not to back.
They stealing. That's why they not supposed.
And definitely not back to the good old days.
Wow.
We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity.
I'm waiting for
Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy step? The child was needed, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
How do you think the kids is this something wrong with them?
You told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. I hit you with the bad vibes routine. How does he maintain his hump?
We need those shrouded lighthouse purchases to go up. Christmas, whatever. Thanksgiving, Halloween gifts.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
There's a lot of studies on the patterns of thinking in your brain and the words that emerge and the patterns of that thinking. Literally how you talk to yourself and the power of it. You know, some of these examples I'm going to share with you are fresh in my mind because I was just reading an NPR article, but there's so many, you should look at them. 1911, this group of psychologists, and most people think this is when we first really started thinking about patterns of thinking. By accident, one day they noticed, I guess in 1911, it was like really fashionable for women to wear really big hats, right? So they noticed that women, when they walk through doorways with these hats on, they had to duck and kind of tilt their head. They did it even when they didn't wear their hats. And they were like, why is that? So they studied it, and they figured out that if you have a pattern that establishes itself in your brain, absent a conscious decision not to do it, you'll do it.
We change the live every hour.
It's not rocket science, right?
So all you gotta do is probably like refresh the page.
For us now. There's a lot of studies on it. There's another one about doors, oddly enough, right? In 2013, there's a group of scientists that are working with young women that have anorexia. And they notice that they don't walk through the door the way they were expecting them to. Despite the fact that all of them were on the smaller side, and the doors were double doors like we have at the back of the auditorium here, they walked through sideways, like they were sneaking past someone, right? Or squeezing through, despite the fact that there was plenty of room. So they looked at it. They added it to their study. They expanded the scope of their study, and they wanted to figure it out. And they found that they had such patterns of disordered thinking in the brain that it influenced so many of their behaviors. And the crazy thing of like how they walk through doors, and the crazy thing about it is that they had no idea that they had these patterns of thinking running that way in their brain, and they were not aware of the influence on their behavior all the time. You know, there's so many. There's another one, and then I'll stop sharing studies with you. There's one from the University of Pennsylvania. They actually found, when they studied football players, that by imagining throwing a football properly, you have a similar performance gain to when you actually practice it physically. That's crazy, right? You can practice doing something in your mind, and it has not quite the same magnitude of effect, but a similar effect to doing it physically. Is really unbelievable. Now, I didn't know any of this then, right? I didn't know that the patterns in your brain start being established when you're young. All of the messages that you all hear when you were younger, all the messages that you hear right now, even the ones you're not aware of, they get in somehow. And the more you hear something, the more it takes root. The more your brain accepts it, even if you disagree with it. And these roots grow.
Man, the brain is powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the VOR, Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. The phone lines are cracking. We got a great topic tonight, self-mentorship, or i.e. self-coaching. You're always the common denominator. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many strong mentors you have around you. It doesn't matter how many great coaches or therapists or good friends you have around you. If you don't take heed to the advice and execute it, you are your own worst enemy. As the great Krishnamurti says, the enemy is you and not the other. Let me get my brother, Rhett, from San Francisco, California. Rhett, get in here, brother.
Brother Brother Zoe, you are dropping a lot of heat. And that playlist is fire.
Yes, sir.
It would be an inferno if TGT was in there. Just a little.
Oh.
But it would be an inferno. I'm that confident in this album.
Okay.
Because it's Halloween, and I had a sort of self-reflective question that is on topic but off, and I'm hoping that someone else can give some wisdom from your answer the way I will. Break out the phone call. Mentorship and the tips you just gave about, self-coaching. I guess my question is, what talent or skills gives someone the greatest sense of pride or satisfaction? I understand the coaching yourself, but what can you develop pre-coaching yourself, or things that you wish clients you had knew before they got started because their journey would be different?
Either way, whoever is coaching you, or if you're coaching yourself, you should be coaching yourself towards the goal of freedom. Right?
What does freedom mean?
Right. Freedom. In other words, there is no attachment residue on the thoughts I author. What is attachment residue? Well, we all have attachment styles that we modeled from our early environment. You heard the principle from the TED Talk, the clip we just played, talking about the contents of your consciousness comes from your childhood, right? So to be free is to be able to create without the residue of your attachment style. So whether it's an external coach in a one-on-one mirror relationship, or it's the internal coach in you, the goal of the coaching should be directed towards freedom. How do you free yourself of limiting beliefs? How do you free yourself of blame? How do you free yourself of self-condemnation? How do you encourage self-compassion? Many people are out doing for others because they've been conditioned to do for others in order to receive appreciation. So instead of changing the belief, they'll go find somebody else to do for that will give them appreciation, as opposed to changing the belief. They are imprisoned to the belief that if I do, I will be acknowledged. Do you see?
Yeah, that's a lot to process and keep up with words you're saying.
Do you see? That's what people do in general, right? I'm doing to be seen. I'm doing to be accepted. I'm doing to be acknowledged. That's because internal acknowledgement is atrophied. So external acknowledgement has become coveted. So whether you have an external coach saying, hey, you don't need nobody's approval, or there's an internal coach going, you don't need nobody's approval. Hey, guess what? What you've been through does not define you. Right? Internally, can you imagine the power? Now, again, the principle from the TED Talk was basically talking about how words and the brain, very powerful combination. When the brain starts processing the thoughts that we're constantly thinking, it creates a pattern in our behavior. It's a part of our rhythm. Imagine if you got self-condemning thoughts. It's a part of your rhythm. Do you see? So as a self-coach, you have to identify what the thought is. You have to have clarity on it. You have to have a goal that you want to reach. Bit by bit, piece by piece, I'm going to deconstruct this belief system. And in the process, I'm not going to blame nobody or myself for what happened that help create this thought process. Nobody's getting blamed. Do you see? Every coach, whether internal or external, should be doing what? Guiding you towards freedom. And I'm going to tell you right now, an external coach can only point at the finish line where freedom is on the other side. You are the one that carries yourself over. Ooh, come on, brother.
So you are your own LeBron James.
Or Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or Bruce Lee or Michael Jackson. You can never become something you aren't already. You are the mirror reflection of what you think about yourself.
So is a very oversimplified version. What I think I heard you say is you have to be conscious. You have to think about what you're thinking about consciously. That's a very oversimplified way.
You have to be conscious of the limiting beliefs and negative definitions you have ascribed to yourself, that you have applied to yourself. And every time one of them limiting beliefs or negative beliefs that you have on autopilot, you got it on, what's that feature on your iPhone where you could keep replaying the record over and over? Repeat. Is it repeat?
I think so.
It's in my car. Like I can hit it and it repeats the song over and over and over. Again, the brain works that way. Right? So at some point you got to say, no. I'm more. Listen to what I'm about to say. I am more than what I think of myself. Woo. I am more than what I think of myself. We coaching ourselves now, right? When was the last time you did a thought audit where you sat down and said, let me just audit all of the thoughts I think about me? Let me get clear on how I marginalize myself and then silently demand that my external partners fill in the gaps for me. Man, I done grew up, brother. I done grew up, and I told myself I'm never going to date somebody's wound. I'm never going to date somebody's unhealed wound. I'm not the salve for your wound. I'm just not the salve. I'm not the ointment for your wound. Right? I'm not going to tap dance around your wound's demands. And here's the bigger piece. I'm not going to tap dance around my own. I will not capitulate to the demands of my own wounds, let alone yours. Rhett from San Francisco, brother, you got us in here on fire, man. I appreciate the call. Hey, don't forget, call me in the morning. I'm going to review that album, man. I appreciate it. San Francisco is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We got the whole nation on fire tonight. Let's get to the San Fernando Valley. Oh, wait, hold on. Fred from San Fernando Valley. Neek is the night from Baltimore. When we come forward, I'm talking to callers. Yes, I am. Woo! Man, y'all can't tell me this shit ain't ridiculous. Y'all cannot tell me this shit ain't different.
As the new mayor
of Inglewood, I believe we the people have the tools, experience, determination, and courage to promote our vision for our community. I, Raina Carrillo, will focus on a better community, advocate for Inglewood School District, public safety, and the houseless. I would like to improve on public services and inclusive economic recovery and support small businesses. Driven by faith, a dedicated wife and mother.
Oh, Truemonger, we are over 125.
As a mayor candidate,
Yes, sir. Truemonger, we're at 163.93. We definitely hit the mark. I'm sorry, I was just so caught up in the show, man, because we bringing some fire tonight.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and
Yeah. Clap it up, y'all.
diversity certification program today by
Listen, I'm
calling
going to tell y'all right now.
983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192.
This show is everything for a lot of people.
DiversityCertification.org.
You know why? Because I put the time, energy, and effort to make it so.
And also certified diversity executive credentials. DiversityCertification.org will provide an
This is my legacy. This is what I've been working on.
dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline
Right?
to your process. Go today.
I've been working on, listen to what I'm about to say.
Call 1-800-983-6192.
Let me see, am I 20? I've been working for over 30 years
6192. Or go
to be of service to my people and myself.
The standard of
And I want to serve the highest aspects of myself. I don't want to serve no low shit in my spirit, but I know it's there. And I make a conscious effort to try not to serve any low shit in my spirit. I spend a lot of time in prayer. And I'm not talking about that old, oh Lord Jesus help me, oh Lord, my shoe. I'm not talking about that kind of prayer. I'm really putting in the work to be of service to the world. That is my intention. I may break some eggs. I may hurt some feelings. I may piss some people off. Whatever. It's not my intention to hurt, though. My intention is to work on me and help you in the process.
The voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The voice of reason has returned. Who wants to change their life tonight? It's nobody's responsibility but your own. Right? My playlist is my co-host. It sets the tone. We're in a very deep, reflective, mindful space tonight. I want you to wrap your arms around your spirit and love on yourself for no reason. Love on yourself just for the fact that you are you. And whatever you go through has a benefit to you. It might not feel good. It might not feel right. But you need to coach yourself away from envy, away from comparison, away from judgment of self. You have an opportunity to be the best you that has ever existed. What does that mean? You're the only you that has ever existed. So why not be the best you that has ever existed? You only get this one chance to be the greatest you. And the only way to be the greatest you is to be confrontational towards that which sets you back from the inside. It's a lot that sets you back from the inside. Don't be afraid. Don't judge it. Don't condemn it. Love it. Zoe's in a vibe right now. Hey, hey, hey. This track is called Dirt. It's by Kevin Brown or Kev Brown. The track is called Dirt. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. I'm trying to make you comfortable while the playlist keeps you comfortable. Let's go. Yeah. Hey. Let's get Fred from San Fernando Valley in there. Fred, you're on the line. Talk to me, brother. What are you thinking about tonight's topic?
Good, but what you said was strong, and I was listening to a speaker who you had on the radio just earlier, and I just want to say this: when your mind is weak, the situation is a problem. When your mind is balanced, a situation is a challenge. But when your mind is strong, a situation is an opportunity.
Ooh. Come on, Fred. Why are you hitting them out the park like that? Talk to us, man.
Well, I mean, a great deal of our, what I call the neocortex, that's the new mind.
Yes.
The old mind has to die.
Yes.
Right, the old spirit has, the old soul has to die, and a new should replace it.
Yes.
Now, a great deal of our learning is based on redundancy, and that's use of the same mechanisms that's in our memory.
Come on, brother. Yes.
Now, there is a structural pattern, and each pattern is recognized by one of the 300 million pattern recognizers that's in your brain. Okay? So when you have one part of pattern recognition, you recognize the pattern, right?
Yes.
But then you also have to give that pattern a name so that you can store it into your memory. And then when you recognize that pattern, you pull up that name and say, oh, this is E equal MC squared, or it's times squared on the square root of, it was another one, that was about time. I'm kind of rusty on that.
Right,
but
right.
those things are, there is a pattern, and once you see that pattern, you're able to master that pattern. It's just like, with anything in the physical world, when you're an athlete, muscle memory. Eventually, it's ingrained in you. Your body knows what to do without you even thinking.
Right.
Now, you have to reverse it. Your mind has to retrain in order to perform at peak efficiency. That's why you have to exercise your mind, just like you have to exercise your body. You have to nourish your mind. You have to nourish your mind just like you have to nourish your body.
Yes.
Now, your diet, the way you sleep, your health, all those things play a vital role in keeping your mind fresh.
Man, I'm rolling with you. Keep going, brother. You got time.
So like I said, with these things, with the neocortex, which is your new mind, you then fill it up with premium knowledge. Premium knowledge. You dump out the old knowledge that's useless, that's passé, and you use something that's now more compatible with your spirit on what you're trying to achieve. Okay? It's useless for me to take up baking and all that when I'm trying to build a house.
Right.
Okay? So now I need to learn the skills of a carpenter and then put those skills of a baker to the back of my brain or falling away. Because you're always learning. So when you're able to go ahead and seek new knowledge to match the person you want to be with your new cortex, your new mind, then you can go ahead and travel in the directions that you want towards success. Now, sure, there are going to be obstacles but then that's when your experiences and your insights and your intelligence learn a way around those obstacles, over those obstacles, under those obstacles, or even through them obstacles if you're strong enough to do that.
Right, right.
But you're still trying to get to your goal and your destination.
Fred, let me just say this, brother. You have shared a wealth of information. You have inspired me. You have taught me. You have elevated me, brother. I appreciate you for calling in from the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles County, brother. We appreciate you.
You've always done the same for me, my brother. That you're my inspiration also. In fact, all of y'all, all of us are each other's inspiration.
That's how it works.
All feed off that energy.
Yeah.
All feed off that energy.
Yes, sir, brother. You got a seat at the table anytime you want to call in. We appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Man, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Don't doubt it. Don't question it. Listen, you don't have to agree with it. Whatever. You could use judgment and criticism. He's just a regular guy. How does he know all of this stuff? Hey, I'm going to tell you how I know, because I'm interested. When was the last time you graduated from a course that you weren't interested in? Do you think you could have done better if you were interested? Ooh, when was the last time you went through the motions just living life just so you could pay the bills? You're not really interested in what you do, but you got to do in order to pay what's due. Huh? Are you free? I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out. We find all kind of reasons to discredit, to create separation and difference. Listen, the bottom line is, you want to be the best you? Attack the part of you. Confront the part of you that makes you small, that makes you tiny. 1-800-920-1580. We got time? Kinda? I want to go to Atlanta.
Start off, but carry them over.
All right, we'll start off. I'm going to go to Neek is the Night, Baltimore, and then I'm going to Don in Atlanta. Neek, what up?
Hey, what up? Oh my gosh, when I seen the topic, I was like, okay. He's speaking to me. I got to call in. Oh my goodness. So the part that you said about realizing stuff that you learned from a child and you taking it into adulthood, you just, like, something just popped in my head of what I was taught when I was young by my mom and what I realized my daughter has learned from me.
All right, so wait, Neek. Well, I'm going to have to carry you over. Stay with me. Boy, Neek is about to turn this whole show upside down. When we come forward, we going back to Baltimore, Maryland, where Neek is the Night gonna share her truth. Avatar Zoku! Hey! Hey, that dirt track is dumb.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 15.
Hey, y'all, are y'all dealing with it? Y'all dealing with it tonight?
And here's the latest from the Black Information.
Motherfuckers be like, who he? Who he supposed to be?
Is being charged with attempted
Hey,
murder,
man.
assault, and attempted kidnapping. The San Francisco
Blessed.
District
God
Attorney's
is looking
Office
out.
announced the charges today against 42-year-old David DeBoer.
Hey,
He's accused of attacking
WDMA warrior.
after forcing his way
When I
into
tell you
a
the playlist has been ignorant tonight, can I get an emoji shower for the playlist? The playlist has been absolutely dumb tonight. Can I get the emoji shower? Everybody shower the emojis just to show my brother WDMA warrior, show him how silly the fucking playlist has been. It's been silly. Just all types of vibes, man.
BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side. All you got
So he said that playlist is right up my alley. David Luz.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys because
Playlist been different, dog.
will negotiate your case, not a paralegal.
Drop it. When you tune in to KBLA Talk 1580, we want you to
Yeah,
know
man,
what
we
you
was on one. That playlist is different.
In a recent African American media issue survey conducted by the public opinion research and public policy consulting firm Eviderus,
He said remedial. The playlist got held back a grade. Is you nuts?
and reliable source on the
You
airwaves
crazy.
for Black Los Angeles and beyond. Check it out. We take our role seriously as your trusted messenger at KBLA Talk 15.
Hey, listen, y'all. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, though.
When we come forward, we mean it. We mean it. That's the bottom line. We're not going back. Not
So, David Luz is the only one that didn't like the playlist? That means your ear broken, David.
We're unapologetically progressive.
David, your ear is in special ed.
You're the victim of a car accident. Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident
It's all right, David.
entry pros. Hiring the right law firm could be the
It's okay, brother.
rewarding settlement and striking
Sometimes people can't hear it.
maximum compensation you deserve. Our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at
See? Oh, I got a Rick James playlist. Don't ever get it twisted.
for a free case review. Call 833 MVP wins.
Make a Rick James playlist. Hey, do y'all remember the brother? He was from South America. Audio Hospice. Don't do him like that, man. This brother played in the NBA. He was a brown-skinned brother, bald head, and he played alongside Dominique Wilkins. Y'all remember that brother? I forgot his name. He was from South America. Do y'all remember that guy? I guess you'd have to be old enough.
During their fall sales event, Zero Down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. Zero Down.
You said the playlist.
GardinaNissan.com.
Dina. I said it's remedial. I don't get it.
I come to ask you to go all out.
I'm trying to get you guys to remember this guy.
Register to vote. Just see what a power you
But you know who I'm... The brother was... Let me see.
even greater responsibility.
Let's see if it'll pop up. Dominique
Go out to vote. Once more, we have the opportunity to send to the Congress of the United
Wilkins.
States competent, qualified, dedicated black men and women. Let us march on ballot boxes.
Teammate.
Somehow we will be able to develop that day. Men will have food and material necessities for their body.
What was the guy's name?
And dignity for their spirit, education and culture for their mind.
Paid for by the African American Voter Registration Education
They got Dominic, not him.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Jane doesn't mind an apartment with no elevator.
5 flights of stairs is 5 flights of cardio.
Bob is
I forgot the brother's name. I'm only saying this because
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle renters and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they could save even more. In the end, Jane and Bob found an apartment that's a
I got it. No, I get it.
Yeah, there's a freight elevator.
I'm trying to. I'm discombobulated because I'm thinking about this player.
Compromise at Geico.com.
What was? I can't remember the guy's name. Played with Dominique Wilkins. He is now the head coach of the pro basketball team my son is playing for in Venezuela. Last night, my son went the fuck off in Venezuela. The shit crazy. He sent me the video this morning. I'm mad because I said, hey, nigga, you had a game yesterday Why didn't you send me the game today? Or why did you send me the game today when you could have sent it to me last night so I could have watched it live? I want to see it live. He out there acting a complete fool. I think I posted or shared some clips of it on my Facebook page. I mean, he out there making wild ass crazy shots. They not bad shots, but making them.
Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make sure I got your Monday off right. Nobody's responsible for your happiness. Nobody should be able to author your truth. Coach yourself up. Big yourself up. When was the last time you told yourself, I love me? All of me, completely. My co-host is my playlist. That track is by Odyssey and Saib. The track is called Summer Haze. Such a vibe. The Voice of Reason is live, man. We have my sister on the line. Neek is the night, Baltimore, Maryland. Talk to us, because you was about to start cooking. It's time for you to get in here and lay it flat. Let's go.
What sparked in my mind was what my mom kind of taught me and showed me about taking care of others and helping others makes you feel better. So that's, if you feeling down, if you feeling ungrateful, just help somebody else, and that'll make you feel better. She did that with my stepfather a lot because he struggled with things that, that he probably should have known at his age, and she helped him a lot. So I took on that, and I do that with my husband as well, and with my son. And then my daughter, I just noticed, she helps my son, and she's younger than him, and she'll help him with stuff, even though he should be helping her with stuff. So I'm just like, oh, yeah. I just showed her how to just let somebody manipulate her into doing things for them, basically. So I feel like I've done that, because even though some people do deserve your help, it's hard to not know that when somebody is just trying to manipulate you.
And sometimes helping could be the heroin your spirit doesn't need. Do you understand? Like, you getting a payoff. You're getting an emotional and a spiritual payoff. So now you're looking to help people so you can feel better. So is that genuine help? Is that helping because you truly want to help? Or are you helping to feed an internal monster that needs to be satiated?
Yeah. I think the beginning, when I first tried to like help others and stuff, it's mainly out of because I would want somebody to do it for me.
See? Keep going. Please, keep going, babe. This is good.
I mean, she did say, treat others how you want to be treated, but I just couldn't get the other part that she always would tell me that I can't expect other people to do the same as me. And I can never get that part. And, I've lost friendships and all the time, even family members that, not close to anymore because of that, about me. But,
Wow.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
but you know what's beautiful though? These shows are causing you to dig in and dredge up. But here's the thing. Remember, don't judge yourself. Don't judge what you dredge up, what you dig up. Don't criticize. Just observe. Observe. And always have an empathetic eye on your spirit. Right? Pour empathy back into self. It's okay that I'm where I am. It's okay. Doesn't mean I want to stay here. Doesn't mean I don't want to continue to grow. It just means I'm alive. I have another opportunity, and I'm happy to be alive with another opportunity. So it's okay. This moment will pass if I continue to invest in me. The better, you understand what I'm saying? If I continue to invest in me, if I continue to embrace me completely. Does that make sense?
Isn't that selfish, though?
No. We're not talking about narcissism. We're talking about pouring into the best aspect of you. And that's okay. Right? We're talking about keeping a positive outlook. We're talking about minimizing negative self-talk. We're talking about breaking negative patterns that you have brought with you from childhood to adulthood. Right? We're talking about breaking up all those patterns. That's not selfish. That's not selfish at all. Like, that's the real work, right? That is the real investment. I'm breaking up negative generational patterns. What? No, that's not bad. That's not selfish at all. Somebody told you to do for you is selfish. So when you feel bad, go do for somebody else. That's inverted. Doesn't mean don't do for other people. It means what you do for other people, you must do for you. Don't we want to balance it out? Right? Right? Oh, I'm going to show somebody else love and then neglect yourself?
But I thought it would come back to you, because if you show love to people, then...
So the mind is set on investment as opposed to something that is organic. Remember, that which is natural happens without force. Study the work of Lao Tzu. When you start to understand that the word they use for God is Tao, the Tao. We say Tao, but Tao only means the way. The way is not forced. The way is not coerced. The way is not contained. That's what they call God, the way. Don't you know you're in alignment with God? You can be. Don't you know that?
Yeah.
So again, if you're coming from the perspective of, but I thought it was going to come back, that meant the intent of it needs to come back is the intention behind why you do it. You're making an investment in people that are probably incapable of giving it back to you. But you're...
I don't give up.
But
I don't okay, just because nobody's giving it back to me, I'm going to stop giving it.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the one being you can give it to that would give it back to you is you. And you were taught to neglect you. Am I incorrect?
No, you're not.
You were taught to neglect you. But if you give it to somebody else, they're going to boomerang it back. No, it's supposed to radiate to them from you. Not let me perform service. You're supposed to be service. Let me do for you so I can get what I refuse to give to myself. Remember the quote that we used to start this show. Ralph Waldo Emerson. our excuse me, sorry, this is in the way. Our chief want in life is somebody who will make us do what we can. Do you hear that? Our chief want in life is somebody who will make us do what we can. Ralph Waldo Emerson. No, you do it for you and mean it. Love on you, embrace you, and mean it. Stop judging yourself. Stop condemning yourself. Stop beating yourself up. You're going to be okay. But otherwise, you're going to be trying to perform and invest and expect somebody that's going to give it back to you. Sister Neek is the night. We appreciate you, Baltimore, Maryland, in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know what you got to do. Hit me, 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on fire all the way to the top of the hour.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Janet Jackson set to launch worldwide tour. Maisha Cairo here. It's time
Janet,
for
don't
your
get back out there, baby.
A source reveals that Janet Jackson's latest tour will focus on the reissue of her 97
Thank you,
album,
Neek, for
The
being
Velvet
so
Rope,
transparent.
as well as some brand new material. Janet
Really
has been
appreciate
working
you.
on staging shows after she canceled her Black Diamond shows back in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The sister of the late Michael Jackson has produced 11 albums and sold 100 million records during her 30-year career. Fun fact, in a recent interview, Jackson revealed that the album Velvet Rope, which includes hits like Together
And
Again,
Zynga.
I Get Lonely, was the
Kinda
hardest
true,
one for her to record.
but not totally
Funny
true.
thing is, it debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200.
And Zynga says that's the biggest revelation for me.
Will you see Janet
I'm
in
the only
concert?
one who
Let us
can
know
love
on
me the
socials
way
at
I
KBLA
need.
1580.
Your partner reflects your level of love back to you.
And avoid the election day lines by voting early.
It's all holographic.
LAvote.gov to find a vote center in your
That's what the
neighborhood.
holographic
Stop
relationship
by
was
before
about.
Tuesday, November 8th.
So you love yourself truly. It emanates outward. It attracts the like vibration. And then it goes back and forth, reciprocating organically.
That focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community
So,
to connect with us.
yes, indeed, you could have it.
Low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community.
So I don't want people to take this from a narcissistic space, like it's all about me. No.
Then click on the
It all begins with you.
located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text
Does it see
CCN to
the difference?
42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our
Man, we just in here, man. Y'all ain't showing me no love today. Y'all not talking to me.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services
I'm just
and
fucking with
solutions.
y'all.
Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace Foundation is a non-profit community-based organization dedicated to fostering peace while mitigating violence in our society. Established in 1993, Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace has provided a wide variety of assistance to thousands of youth, families, and victims of violence over the past 3 decades, including intervention services, conflict and dispute resolution training, grief counseling, and victims advocacy. In addition, the foundation offers an array of classes focused on anger management, domestic violence, parenting, substance abuse, and more. To make a donation or to access services, call 323.
We just talk to you when you talk. That's right.
323-445-8620 or visit www.increasethepeacefoundation.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. We're getting close. We're getting close. Before I get to my caller, Don in Atlanta, I want y'all to know, man, Agenda for America was a hit. All 4 episodes were absolutely on point. But don't trip. We got another one coming. Get ready for Agenda for California, an African-American perspective, moderated by the host of A More Perfect Union, Dr. Nee Quarterley. I hope I said his name right. That's my brother. Corte. Nee Quarterley. My good brother. He's a good brother, educated brother, and he has a great show here on KBLA on Sundays. But this November 3rd, 7 to 9 p.m., I have another day off. I'll take it. Only on KBLA 1580. He will be moderating Agenda for California, of course. He's going to have an all-star panel, including Secretary of State Shirley Weber, Superintendent of Public Instruction Tony Thurmond, LA County Supervisor Holly Mitchell, Assemblyman Isaac Bryan, and more. Don't miss Agenda for California, an African-American perspective, Thursday, November 3rd, 7 to 9 p.m. on KBLA Talk 1580. All episodes of this special series are available in podcast and video format on KBLA1580.com and on the KBLA app. And be sure to vote on or by Tuesday, November 8th. All right, Don, get in here. Time to cook. Let's go.
Yep, already voted. How you doing, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm just turned up tonight, man. It's Monday. It's Halloween. I got to turn up.
Yeah, I don't do that, but okay. Cool.
All right.
But we was talking about you were saying something about prayer. I pray in the morning, but not on my knees. But I do get it in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know we don't have much time, but it's like that, and it's like, yo, I had 2 grandmothers in church, and that's from my mother and father, and then I did it. I went to a Christian school on one, and it was like, yo, the Christian school have a football team, so it's like I ain't gonna be here forever. I gotta figure a way out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just saying. And today is my ex-wife's birthday. Happy birthday. I'm sure she's not listening, but yeah.
Hey, man, it's all good, brother. It is all good. Hey, again, this is a safe space, man. You can call in and share your thoughts and ideas and concepts anytime you like. You brought Atlanta into the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on fire. When I come forward, Zoe will wrap this thing up before Danny Morrison and Robin Ayers get in here.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for human rights. The Los Angeles Civil, Human Rights and Equity Department, or LA Civil Rights for short, is focused on reducing bias and injustices while leveling the playing field. LA Civil Rights does this through equity and empowerment, the Office of Racial Equity, hate prevention, upward mobility programming, and youth programming. They convene commissions and advisory councils. The Civil, Human Rights and Equity Department of the City of Los Angeles is led by founding executive director Capri Maddox and is breaking new ground for municipal governance. LA Civil Rights oversees citywide initiatives, including the Renew
It's
program,
almost over.
LA Repair program, and the LA for All campaign. The LA Civil Rights Department believes that the goals of equity and inclusion for all people can be achieved through hard work and collective action. To get involved and be part of the solution, report civil rights violation or get more information.
30 seconds.
Visit civilandhumanrights.lacity.org. That's civilandhumanrights.lacity.org or call 213-978-1845. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason. We got the coldest vibe in the nation. Woo! The track on the last break was called Hot Air. This track is called the last track was called Hot Air by Rudy Raw. This track is called Let Everything. I think it's by Taurus. Very, very cold vibe. Let me get right to it. Just turn it down and let it flow with me in the back. Self-coaching and knowing the right questions to answer is the secret to a life by design. Take more control of your life and make more informed decisions about your future by being able to comfortably look at yourself and evaluate where you are and how far you've come. All right? You're going to have to figure out how to keep out the automatic negative thoughts. I should stop thinking this way. I need to eat healthier. I need to skip working out. I skipped working out again. I can't cope with this. I'm going to mess up. You got to get away from all of those thoughts. You got to evaluate your habits. But evaluate doesn't mean judge or condemn. Remember that. You got to take notes. You should have a self journal. Just the check-in journal. How you check in with others, you check in to yourself. You should be encouraging to yourself. You should practice gratitude to yourself. If you want to be a self-coach, you got to be your biggest cheerleader. Not your woman, not your mama. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. And you got to cheer for your wounds. You got to cheer for the aspects of yourself that you're not happy with. You have to motivate them. You are the life coach for those wounds that are resistant to healing. Ooh, I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. Let me just say I love y'all, man. It's a vibe. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. The Voice of Reason ain't no joke. Up next, Danny Morrison and Robin Ayers. You already know. Love y'all. Hey, this shit was lit. Tracks was dope. This was all gravy. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Nothing but love, nothing but appreciation. Holla at y'all.